Fighting the Great Reset by leading the Great Resistance. Maverick News. The antivirus programs for your mind.
Well, here's a Hamas commander, Mahmoud al-Zahar. Quote, "The entire planet will be under our law. There will be no more Jews or Christian traitors." Okay. I'm having a little trouble finding a way to support that, too. So I'm going to stay over here and try to remain somewhat neutral on this.
Me too.
Insofar as, you know what I'm very strong on? People staying alive. I like that one. That's a good position to take, I think. Yeah, how about peace, actual peace? That would be a good thing, I think. How about stop killing people? How about you stop bombing them and you stop bombing them? How about we send in some freaking peacekeepers and you guys stay over there, and you guys stay over there and stop killing each other. How about that? That would be a good position. Why don't we get the United States Army to go in and say half you divide them in half, and then get the Russian army to come in and mix them all up, okay, and go, okay, you guys. You have a mixed force, and then you guys go over there and you say, tell those Palestinian guys, like, calm down. And then you go over and all those guys over there, Israel, say, you calm down too. And then everybody just stops killing each other. And then we can have a hockey game or something to decide what happens.
That's so Canadian. That's
all right.
So Canadian.
Like, come on.
That's how Canadians settle
there's
their
more
differences.
sanity in what I just said to you than what we're getting in reality. They're killing each other. It's freaking insane. And people are taking a pro position on this way to kill people or a pro position to kill people on that side. You are all freaking going insane. There's nothing sane about any of that. Nothing. Because literally, right now what we're seeing is war crimes here and war crimes there. Civilians dying here and civilians dying there. There's no good in any of this at all. And literally, this side wants to exterminate that side, and that side wants to exterminate that side. And they're not even hiding it. They're stating it clearly, and people are still deciding that they're going to support those exterminators or those exterminators. There's no side to choose. This is just freaking wrong, period. That's it. Now, if you want to go and support somebody because and say, I'm with these guys, we need to wipe those guys out. Well, count me out, man. I'm not into it. Okay? Don't ask me to pick a side. Don't put pressure on me. Don't tell me I'm a side. No, I'm not participating in any of that. So that's it. That's just where I'm at. I'm not gonna chime in and participate in any of that crap. That it's just complete insanity.
I am with you 1,000%. Every word you said, and I'm under all this pressure too to pick a side. Right? I have sympathy for both sides. And they tell me I'm wrong for having sympathy for both sides and that I want to stop the killing.
Oh, please, yes.
The murder is never justified. Terrorism is never justified. I don't care who's occupying your land, okay? It's not justified ever. No. And Rick Walker, you should run for president. I will come work for your campaign. If you're not for killing people, I'm with you, buddy.
You know, Canada, I mean, that's what we were supposed to have here. We're not supposed to have an army. We're supposed to have peacekeepers. That's what I was always told. Like, that's what, and they don't, you know, they stopped doing that. We just have soldiers now like everybody else. No, that's not what Canada was supposed to be. Well, you know, put me in, coach, then, and we'll turn them back into peacekeepers, because that's what we need right now. We need peacekeepers to get in between them and say, hey, You go over there and you go over there and cool down. All right? Time out. That cease fire. That's what we need. And nobody's even talking about it.
That's such a bad idea. No one's talking about it. And you have to wonder, let's say that a UN security peacekeeping force went in there. What would happen to them? Would they get blown up? Would they get shot? Would these two warring tribes tell them to get the hell out of the way or we'll kill you too?
I don't know.
Makes you wonder. Is it possible to keep the peace between these two factions that, have a blood feud going back at least 100 years? You could really trace it back thousands of years.
Well, how about instead of people pouring out into the streets, to support one side or the other, how about we get people pouring out into the streets to say, stop?
Yes. Amen. You see these huge demonstrations around the world for both sides. But where the hell are the peace demonstrators?
Yeah.
Where are the people who are just coming out and saying both sides are wrong? Yeah. Stop it. We want peace now. Where the hell are they?
Peace. And not phony peace either. I know some people, I want peace. Sometimes people call for peace because they're political mouthpieces. And, a call for peace can be like a political a tool for political leverage or strategic, right? No, I mean, I really mean it. Like, I don't want peace because I know if we get peace, then my side gets the gain and then we kind of win because, no. I just want peace. That's what I want. And I don't want any BS. And I can see through a lot of the stuff that I hear out there. And, you kind of put up with it, right? Even as a journalist, you sit here and you let people say their thing. Yep. Okay. But right now, we just need sincerity, clarity, truth, just straight up, straight talk, peace. That's enough of this. It's enough. This has just gone on way too long. And everything happening here right now, this guarantees another century of insanity and killing and death. That's what this guarantees. This will not get us peace. This will just get us another century or more, maybe 1,000 years more of death. This has to stop right now. And I don't think there's anybody out there, maybe just the two of us, who are just sitting here tonight. Nobody wants to hear it right now.
It feels that way.
I'm so tired of it.
It feels lonely, doesn't it, Rick? It does feel like we're the only two people saying, this is nuts, stop it.
And it's like, you feel intimidated just to call for peace.
Yes.
How controversial is that?
I know. But that's where we are. That's exactly where we are. Both sides seem to want escalation.
Yep.
Right? And people aren't thinking this thing through. If you get that escalation that you want, if the Western powers come in to support Israel, if the Arab nations come in and Hezbollah gets involved and Iran gets involved, the whole world's going to go up in a ball of fire. And there are people out there who want to watch the world burn.
Yep.
They're that angry. And they're like, yeah, let's throw some gasoline and a match on it. Let's go. It's insanity. I'm sorry, but you people are all crazy, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
Do you really want to? We've been trying to prevent a nuclear war with Russia, and some of these same people that are in the peace movement, who are trying to calm tensions and bring a peace between Russia and Ukraine, are the exact same people who want to throw gasoline on the fire of the Middle East.
You think about it, folks. You have a dispute with your next door neighbor over a fence or something, over a property line or whatever, okay? How do you want to solve that? You want to go over there and shoot him in the head? Would you do that? Well, no, I would never. Well, then why would you give the tools to someone to go and bomb the hell out of somebody over a land dispute? Or shoot somebody in the head or kill a child? Right. Go mow down a family at a dinner table or bomb their house. Why would you do that? You wouldn't go next door and shoot your neighbor in the head because you know it's wrong, but you're quite willing to let your tax dollars, just go off and buy guns and bombs for somebody else to kill their neighbor. For what? It's just as bad.
Of course it is.
it is insane. But hey, as long as we've got Netflix and Domino's Pizza, like I guess we just don't seem to care. It's gone on too long. We've let it go on too long. We've been too complacent. We've just outsourced our responsibility. We've let these politicians and crazy people run our world for far too long. It's just time to say no more and stop letting them manipulate you. Think for a change. Really think about what it is that you're endorsing or allowing to happen. This is not right.
Or cheering for.
Exactly.
Some of them are just cheering for it.
I keep telling everybody, they can't do this unless the public supports them. That's why they spend so much time, feeding you propaganda. And, they spend gabillions of dollars on this to convince you that what they're doing is right for you. They want your support. If you didn't matter, if you think the system doesn't work, you think that your vote doesn't count, you think that, they don't give a shit what you think, they care very much what you think. That's why they spend so much time trying to screw with your mind. They need your consent and your support. And if we say, no, we are not supporting this, I guarantee you it will stop, like dead stop.
Well,
if the people went out into the streets in the way that we're seeing it right now, instead of saying free Palestine, Israel's number one, no, screw that shit. Get out there and say stop, just stop, and they'll stop. That's all you have to do.
Dime, right?
Not one more goddamn dime.
The Speaker of the House is out of a job.
Now, that being said, this is more complicated. It is more complicated because we are responsible for the creation of Israel. So we can't just say no more funding, no more support, because they'll just wipe them off the planet, okay? They will exterminate the Jews. That's what you're looking at here right now. So it's our responsibility to not just say no more funding. It's our responsibility to honestly come up with a solution. Not just keep kicking the can down the road and letting some people profit from this. No. We need to come up with a solution and take control of the reins here and solve this problem once and for all. And that takes bold action, not some senile old fart sitting in the White House falling down every 20 minutes, wondering where the hell he is, who's obviously just being controlled by somebody behind the scenes, right? No, and not some guy sitting up in Parliament either, doing somebody else's bidding, obviously. No, we need to actually come up with some damn solutions, because we are responsible here in the West for the creation of Israel and where they sit right now. We were part of that. So it's not enough to just say, well, we're just not going to support them anymore and then let them get mowed down.
Yeah, we
well,
made this
well,
mess.
Who cares? They're gone. Everybody dies. No, in this particular case, they've got us backed into a corner, and there are other, people playing the geopolitical game and politics and other countries with their own interests here, and they're trying to take advantage of it as well. Well, that's why we need the peacekeepers. Calm everything down, stop the fighting, and then let's come up with a real damn solution. I don't know, man. Like, what do we have to do? Let's give them a section of land in the middle of Canada someplace and say, there's your homeland. I mean, I don't know, right? It's so complex and the history goes back so far. But as I've been trying to say for weeks now, the most important lesson you can learn from history is, after you've learned all the lessons from history, the most important one is that you have to freaking let it go.
Don't repeat them.
Don't repeat it. Let it go. Move forward. Don't do that. Don't attach everything that you're going to do now to that. No. Let's find a way for you to live a good life and have your family and a happy days ahead and a productive life where everybody has what they need. There's plenty to go around, and if everybody is productive and everybody contributes to your community and your society, then there will be more than enough. We will have a abundance, a plenty for all. There's plenty of room for everybody. We don't need to depopulate the planet. We don't need to get into any of that crap, because that's all a bunch of bunk, okay? There's lots for everyone. There is, because human beings have within their capacity to overcome all adversity. We can overcome any obstacle. We can find it through new technology to feed the masses on the planet. We can populate other planets if we really put our mind to it. The stars are just the beginning. We don't have to live in the past. Let's look forward and learn that we have to let it go and find forgiveness for our neighbor and seek not vengeance. Because as we look into the abyss, it will consume us. So learn to live together or we're all going to die together. The time is now. Stop.
And who benefits, Rick? You touched on it, but I'll just ask you, have you noticed how defense stocks are through the roof this week on Wall Street? I mean,
Enough.
that's who benefits. The people lose.
I saw kids in Palestine going through rubble to find, the food from their house.
Yeah.
What do you think those kids are going to grow up thinking? How do you think they're going to view Canada, the United States, Western countries, the Jews? How do you think they feel right now? Okay? Their hearts now are so dark, right? They're going to carry that forward.
They're going to want revenge. Naturally.
We've created a whole new generation of terrorists. Congratulations, you idiots. My God, do you think you can bomb someone into loving you or tolerating you? No, you bomb them, you're teaching them to hate your guts because you just killed their parents. You took everything they have.
Yes.
Their future. You stole it. This has to stop because we're just hurting ourselves in the long run. We're hurting our children because now they're going to have to live under the cloud of that hatred, which is going to come back on them down the road. And then our children are going to be fighting with those children for generations to come. This is insanity.
And it's also working as a rather brilliant psyop to divide our own people on our shores in countries that are not involved in this war. In other words, it's just another excuse for Americans and Canadians to fight each other over the side that they pick, right? And you've seen violence breaking out between these groups at rallies all week long. It's just yet.
I'll go further. It's not just to divide us and get us to fight. I mean, I think they want a war right here. This is also what it's about. They want a world war. And this time, as I've warned over and over and over again, the war is coming here to our shores, to Middle America, to the prairies here in Canada, to the Maritimes, to the mountains of BC, to the heartland of Ontario, to the Northwest Territories, to Nunavut, to Yukon. It's coming. Can you not hear it? Can you not smell it? Can't you taste it? It's right there.
No, they
it's
can't,
upon
right?
us.
Because they're too mad. All rational thought goes out the window when you're clouded by emotion, and the images that we've seen on social media are guaranteed to provoke emotion, whether that's the images we've seen of the Hamas attacks on Israel and the suffering in Israel, or the retaliation against Gaza and the suffering that we now see in Gaza. All of this is designed to provoke this deep emotional response in you so that then you get so mad you want to go out and kill somebody.
Yeah. Well, there are people here, I think, right now on edge who are ready to do it.
Oh,
even
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And there are some people out there who really do want to use those nukes. They want to, especially the tactical nukes, because, how much fun would those kind of fireworks be to set off? Because you wouldn't blow up everything. You just blow up little bits at a time. I mean, really, just you get your money's worth with those
It's just
things.
a little nuke.
Oh,
Let's
my
do a little nuke. It's
God.
okay.
They want to. They're so excited about it. They so want to do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have we learned nothing? from
nothing.
history?
Not a damn thing. Nothing. Nothing. Especially
Nobody
over
reads
here.
history.
Because nobody knows any history. Nobody's been taught anything. Everybody's dumbed down, doped up, and watching TV.
Well, that's
And
why
we're
they were
surfing
cheering
that.
for that Nazi in your parliament a couple
Well,
of
for
weeks
crying
ago. Yay! He fought the Russians. Woohoo!
Well,
I mean,
that's-
and then he's a what? Oh, wait, he's a Nazi? I'm like, did you study history? Did you pass 6th grade? Who the hell fought the Russians in World War II? You nincompoops. What's wrong with you? Well, what's wrong with you is that you don't read history. Nobody does. And when you bring up, this whole conflict in the Middle East, you can trace it, at least in the last century, back to 1917 and the Balfour Declaration. But if you mention the Balfour Declaration to your neighbor or the average person on the street, they have no idea what you're even talking about. They don't know what it is. But that was where this whole trouble began. It was when the British government, under pressure from the Zionist lobby, said, look, we're going to create this, this safe haven for the Jews in the Holy Land. And the Arabs said, the hell you are. And here we are.
all that being said, it's there.
That's
People
right.
are there.
And it's not going away.
Right. So,
A lot of my friends who support the Palestinian cause, and I understand, they want to see Israel gone. They say that, you're on stolen land and all that. Well, hey, guess what? Here in the United States, we're on stolen land too.
it's exactly
We stole
the
it from the
same
native
kind of
tribes,
scenario.
but we're
It's-
not
yeah,
going
that's
anywhere.
right.
They're not going anywhere. And we have managed to finally coexist, right? We fought several wars over it, but we have managed to coexist and live in peace. And I, for the life of me, don't understand why that isn't possible in the Middle East. They're going to have to, like you said, we have to live together or we're going to die together. It's that simple, folks.
Exile the Knights of Malta.
That too.
Yep.
Deport those guys, right? Let's just deport those guys. Well, this has been a really, really interesting show. It didn't go like we had planned, but then again, it never does on Strange Bedfellows.
In a universe full of ideas, we draw lightness from the dark to a place where opposites attract. Right meets left, positive touches negative, sparking an explosion of truth. Because politics makes strange bedfellows.
This has been a Maverick Multimedia production.